Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Uh, I want to start off this video by reading some of my comments. I'm actually pretty happy because I'm pretty new to this YouTube stuff. I've tried making YouTube videos in the past, but it never really worked out. So I finally have sat down and decided just to do long format videos without editing. And I'm like, I'm not gonna care if people like it or not. I'm doing this for myself to go when I'm in the future. I could come to the past and see at what point I was how to see how I progressed throughout my programming journey. But anyways, I made this video a couple 3 days ago, and titled "I Quit Programming After 5 years," and that video alone got me 821 views. I mean, it's not a lot. That's a little bit compared to how TikTok gets you views, but YouTube, man, that's for me to be new. Yeah, it's pretty good. And then that video alone got me 4 subscribers. Yeah, that's pretty good. And I want to appreciate this comment right here, midnight underscore HB1ZD reads, underrated channel. I'm your third subscriber, dude. Don't forget me when you're famous. Well, man or lady, man or lady, I appreciate that a lot. I'm gonna take the compliment. I don't think I'm going anywhere. I don't know about being famous, but I'll take the compliment. Thank you. And then we have Mohammed KH 3945. I never started seriously, but I tried programming basic functions in C. But to be completely honest, I couldn't go forward with it. My professor made me hate it, and it became like a nightmare to me. I didn't find it enjoyable at all. And to see all those kids now are so ahead in this field, it's pointless to continue. My specialty is network engineering, so programming is not that relevant. Yeah, okay, that I commented on this one and it said it's pretty good. It worked out for him. I've been thinking. I used to think that maybe programming was for everyone, but I've been reading a lot of Reddit posts, right? And I guess it just doesn't click for some people, right? It took me a while to click. It really just click. I've been doing it for 4 years, maybe going 5, and it hasn't been that long since something inside my brain clicked. But I mean, I'm happy for this person, network engineering. I hope. I mean, I'm guessing he's probably employed, right? Unlike the rest of us over here, fighting spots and web development. This person, HC. To be fair, no surprise. The market is extremely oversaturated. Every year brings over 120K computer science graduates, while creating a fraction of that. This means that each and every year the number of unemployed people applying for jobs will add up and accumulate. AI isn't a huge problem. Yeah, that's what I say. AI is not that much of a problem. Like this person is saying, to point it out that it is oversaturating of graduates. AI isn't that huge problem as some people like to say, but it might be in 2 or 5 years. I say more, maybe 10. For most people, programming is in a good direction. I have seen the data about unemployment among 20 something year olds. Guess what? CS was on the top of the list. No, I wouldn't doubt it. Ranked higher than arts. Oh, shoot. Ranked higher than arts. Wow. You gotta like that, right? Imagine that. And next 2 to 3 years from now, it only will get worse. Yeah, I don't doubt it. Probably is gonna get worse. If maybe if this trend continues where everyone knows that it's not worth it, they'll probably this oversaturation will probably drop. I don't want to get into this big conspiracy stuff and whatnot, but I feel like the government had to do with this extreme oversaturation. Maybe I don't even know. Maybe it was TikTok with all those techie girls and their day in the day of a software developer. a day with the software developer or whatnot, and then also these guys, where everything looks cute and everything. They're working from home and pouring themselves a coffee. Their cute little setup, clean and everything. You should see my setup. It's nasty. It's manly. No, I'm just joking, but no, I'm a clean person. But yeah, maybe those people were the ones who oversaturated, like making a bunch of money, showing off their income and everything, and just making it seem like it's a suave job, easy job, just sitting down at your desk, writing code and making bank, drinking coffee, like I said. Yeah, maybe it was those people who made it bad for the rest of us. At this point now, I believe that maybe it's just passion. If you're still in here like I am, it's just passion because you actually like what you do. Uh, like I've said before, I do construction, but on my free time, I do programming, and I really enjoy it. And I'm not looking to getting hired. I was looking to getting hired, but I just on that I give up on that part, right? Because it is oversaturated. But I haven't given up on programming because I enjoy it. I like doing stuff. I like solving problems, and I would just keep doing it maybe until the day I die, without ever getting employed into the real corporate world. This person's skill issue. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, skill issue. But like I mentioned before, some people it just does not click. Johnny Cool Stuff. Johnny Cool Stuff. I seem to have quit programming. I recently got laid off, and no one wants to hire programmers over 50 years old. Hmm. Man, dude, I feel bad for you that you got laid off. It sucks when you get laid off. But about not anyone wanting to hire programmers over 50, that's an interesting thing. Well, I hope everything goes well for you. Uh, do it for passion. I honestly don't know what type of advice I could give this person because I haven't gone through that. It must be really tough. And we have this person, 5 years is nothing you thought you were going to accomplish in a scientific field in 5 years. Yeah, the person who read the post, I was thinking the same thing. Like, you're not going to accomplish anything in 5 years. Like, 5 years, between 1 to 5 years, that's when something clicks inside your brain and you got to keep doing it. You got to break that threshold. But maybe it's not for everyone. Maybe it just does not click the same for everyone. Skill issues, too. So you just gotta do it for passion, right? Until eventually it clicks, maybe. Click, 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 click. All right, guys. So that was the intro, and I appreciate everyone who's been commenting and especially this person right here for being my third subscriber. I really appreciate it. And now let's move on to the other topic I found. I know I'm just I'm reading Reddit. I've been thinking about making some coding videos, and I'll probably make one after this video, but we'll see. All right, so I found this. Let me fix that screen. All right, right here. So learn programming. It's on Reddit. It's a pretty fun site. I mean, pretty interesting site. New to programming. So, guys, I'm 31-year-old male, learning coding as I want something to get lost into and create things other than my full-time job, which is boring. I wonder what his full-time job that is boring. And you guys, my YouTube viewers, what do you think about a 31-year-old male learning how to program? Just leave a comment down there. Now, the main thing is, as I was learning to code, I want to learn the real basics of programming, like how input function takes values. I want to learn the real basics of programming, like how input function takes values and how computer understands that function. What are strings? What are loops? And oops? I really want to understand the real basic of this. So where to learn all this? Any source you guys can suggest? What would I tell this person? They're 31 years old. They're learning how to code. They want to learn the real basics of programming. Maybe he's like real basics. He's meaning like very low level stuff like C. Or maybe not even C. Maybe he wants to learn NAND gates, logic gates. So that's a real question. He wants to how input function takes values. Maybe how a function gets those parameters. Yeah, it takes in parameters and does something with those parameters. And what are strings? Well, strings are, depending on the programming language, like strings could be characters, array of characters, or just a string. And then the strings have their binary code too, like the 0 and 1s, which is implemented by the ASCII. The ASCII. What is ASCII? Yeah. The ASCII logic. No, not ASCII. Well, ASCII character set. There we go. Yeah, the ASCII character set. So yeah, in function it takes in parameters. Strings are ASCII characters, right? ASCII characters that format binary code, and then loops. What are loops? Yeah, loops. Loops is just a logic. And OOPS, object-oriented programming. I really want to understand the real basic of this. Yeah, I think he means like low level stuff, like really low level stuff. And to get like really low level stuff, you gotta learn assembly language. Cause even C, even the C programming language, that's considered like a high level programming language, right? Even though like it's low level, but like a couple of years ago it was considered a high programming language. But if this person really wants to learn like the ins and outs, I would suggest assembly language. Maybe even binary code, man. You want to learn some binary code? I'm not making fun of you, okay? I'm just saying. So yeah, strings are just zeros and ones, right? And then the ASCII character set gets those zeros and ones and formats them, turns them into like code. Because in reality, like any zeros and ones can represent anything. So this group of people just came together and make character sets for us. So it would make our life easier. So that's not really necessary. And yeah, so let's see what the people have to say. Number one commander. Okay, if you want to go all the way down, there's nothing that beats Nanto Tetris. Yes, this will drive you all the way down into an Alice in Wonderland rabbit hole. Nanto Tetris. I'll click the link in a bit. This person seconded this. Nanto Tetris, it helped me immensely in my comp architecture class. It's delivered in such a digestible way that I think it should be standard method of teaching. Wow, that's another person talking good about this stuff. Let's click on it. See where it takes us. Let me see my screen. Okay. Interesting. Alright, let's watch this video.
Hi, my name is Shimon Shokin, and I'm professor of computer science at IDC Herzliya and at the Hebrew University of Jerusalem.
So this guy
Noam Nissan, a professor.
So this person's credentials are pretty legit now, I think. I'm just joking. I don't even know what these universities are. Seems like the Hebrew University of Jerusalem. This person is Jewish. Okay.
Of computer science at the Hebrew University of Jerusalem and at Microsoft Research.
We are very pleased to introduce Nanto Tetris Part 1. Anyone can take this course.
From NAND to Tetris. NAND, I'm guessing they're referring to the logic gate. NAND. Building a modern computer from first principles. Part 1. Interesting. You know, I might even take this course.
Including people who have no background in computer science or engineering.
You could always learn something new.
The course consists of 6 weekly projects, each focusing on building a different module of the computer's hardware. In each project, you have to build a set of chips.
Okay.
And for each such chip, we provide a complete chip specification, and you then have to figure out how to build this.
Oh wow, are we gonna have to what do you call it? Solder some stuff, put some stuff together, get some wire and put. That's pretty interesting. It's pretty cool. They have instructions how to make logic gates. I remember I saw this video where this kid, yes, a kid, I think it was a teenager. He built a computer with a computer on the, what was it, Terraria? I think some computer game you younglings are playing nowadays. Terraria. Yeah, he built a whole ass computer. It's pretty amazing using logic gates.
Functionality using chips that you've built before.
Oh,
but
there you
don't
go.
worry.
What was that?
You will have
arithmetic logic. No, arithmetic logic. I don't know. I'm not gonna pretend I know stuff
whatsoever. Instead, you will build all the
What was
chips.
that? So we are
You will
gonna
have to do chips that you've built before.
Okay. LEU arithmetic language. No. Arithmetic language unit? Yeah, maybe.
But don't worry. You will have to do no soldering whatsoever.
Oh man, dude, I want to do some soldering. Why do you gotta take that away from me?
Instead, you will build all the chips using a hardware simulator, just like hardware engineers actually do in practice.
Okay.
In the first 3 projects of the course, we start with the most elementary logic gate called NAND.
NAND.
Using detailed project materials, we will guide you through the process of building a chipset, a central processing unit, and a memory unit.
RAM. Nice.
In the next 2 projects, you will integrate all the chips that you've built before into a complete general-purpose computer named
Oh, it's pretty
Hack.
cool. Oh, pretty cool, dude. I'm not gonna lie. This makes me pretty excited, honestly. It actually does. I've been looking for something like this for a while. I just haven't had the time. Huh. It's gonna make me feel like a real hacker now.
Screen, and poof, the computer will snap into action. In the last project in the course, we develop an assembler which enables writing programs using symbolic commands rather than binary code. This will allow us to use the Hack platform
this
to
your answer. The guy who's learning programming. Look, that's a loop right there. Loop. IDM. You know, it's what's it called? Even if you learn assembly language, like the looping, it's pretty complicated too. I'm guessing that the loop came from like the way people would wire the wires in the very old computers, right? To make it go back to the last what's it called, instruction set.
Than binary code. This will allow us to use the Hack platform to run all sorts of cool programs like Tetris and practically any other program that comes to your mind. And that's it, from NAND to Tetris in 6 weeks. The course requires about 5 to 10 hours of work per week and assumes no previous background in computer science or engineering.
Yeah, that's doable. 5 to 10 hours a week for me. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's like maybe like there's 7 days, and then there's doing this and so I could do like 1.5 hours of studying a day in the mornings or in the afternoons. Zero technical background required. All
the knowledge necessary to take the course and build the computer,
just one computer,
will be given in the course itself.
I have 3 computers.
So, if you wish to understand how computers work and how they're designed,
yes, I do,
then
sir.
Sign up and let's build a computer.
Yeah, let's build a computer, guys. Let's do this. This website contains all the lectures, project materials, and tools necessary for building a general purpose computer system and a modern software hierarchy from the ground up. The materials are aimed at students, instructors, and self-learners. Everything's free and open source as long as you operate in a non-profit setting. Here's a recent CACM article about the course. Okay. CS course walks students through a step-by-step construction of a complete general-purpose computer system, hardware and software, in one semester. You know, this seems pretty interesting. Yeah, I'm probably gonna take this course. I'm already out of like tutorial hell, right? There's always something new you could learn, correct? Just for fun. The material also support two online courses: Nanto Tetris Part 1, Hardware, which contains chapters and projects 1 through 6, and Nanto Tetris Part 2, Software. So there's two parts: a hardware and software part. Chapters, projects 7 through 12. Nanto Tetris courses are taught at 400 plus universities, high schools, and boot camps. The students who take them range from high schoolers to PhD students to senior engineers. There we go. I mean, I'm none of that, right? I'm just a common person. But if even PhD students are taking it, and everyone, high schoolers, are taking it, then I could take it too. Here's an extended syllabus of a typical academic version course. Okay, extended syllabus. Okay, should I read all this? Man, I don't want to bore you guys. Okay, I don't want to. Let me see. Okay, so I'm just gonna go over it. Okay, so test. A prerequisite: the course is open to undergraduate and graduate students from all schools. Overview: Nanto Tetris is a journey of discovery, synthesizing key topics and applied to CS in one unified framework. A mythology, programming. Okay. The hardware modules will be built using a simple hardware description language learned in the course. You will simulate and test your HDL-based chips. Oh man, I thought we were going to be programming in C. Exactly how chips are designed in industry. The software projects, an assembler and virtual machine, and a compiler can be done in Java. Oh, okay, my bad. Python, Pro, or other languages approved by your instructor. Interesting. I probably would do Python or C. JavaScript. I'm going to do JavaScript. You know, JavaScript gets clowned on a lot, but everyone uses it. The hardware and software modules built in the course can be tested in 3 ways. First, you will test them on your PC using supplied tools and test scripts. Second, you'll be able to upload them to a server that tests correctness and provides useful feedback. Finally, the course staff, course plan: Boolean logic, Boolean arithmetic, memory, machine language, computer architecture, and the assembler. Virtual machine 1. Oh, wow. Virtual machine 2. High-level language. We'll introduce Jack, a simple high-level object-based Java-like language. Okay. Compiler number 1. Compiler 2. Operating system. More fun to go. Oh, pretty interesting, dude. It makes me excited. I haven't been excited for something like this in a while. The projects, book, software, demos, license, cool stuff. Let's go to book. It has a book. The elements of computing systems. Okay, look where we went. All right, let's go back to Reddit. That was an interesting rabbit hole trip, right? It was a whole deviation from Reddit. Just remember that you are signing up sleepless nights of banging your head against the keyboard, right? You're gonna get your keyboard like this and you're gonna go. Oh, what? No. What would I do when I would get that, or when I still get desperate sometimes and I can't solve something? What do? I think I go like this. I cover my mouth, right? And I start biting my index finger. And then I close my eyes. And sometimes I just go to sleep, right? And I have dreams where I solve my issue. And when I wake up, I can't remember. Just remember that you are signing up sleepless nights of banging head against keyboard. Caveman bangs head against keyboard. But also the reward of seeing your code come to life. True. Which keeps being rewarding forever. It does. Honestly, it does. Like, coding, like, if for me personally, and for maybe a lot of people, it feels rewarding. My number one advice would be to properly brace for the strenuous effort and work you need to become proficient. If you have that, then you can start almost anywhere and be successful, right? There's a learning curve. So you go so when you first start off, man, I wish I could draw it like the prime. Anyways, when you first start off, it's like this. It's like nice, it's easy, and then the curve starts going up, and like, oh shit, am I gonna make it? And it feels like the learning curve is gonna go on forever, but eventually you reach the top, and it starts going down, and you start feeling satisfaction out of it. The elements of computing system, also known as Nanto Tetris. It takes you through everything from logic gates to operating systems. It has you actually build all of those things in a simulated environment too. It really demystifies the whole thing. You realize computers are just a bunch of fancy electric switches that can be arranged in clever ways to do clever things. Correct? That's what they are. Okay, so Harvard CS50. It's free and gives you a certificate if you complete the problem sets. It will teach you everything you mentioned above and more. Interesting? I've heard about that, never really looked into it. If you really want to know how a computer understands that function, this is where you start. Let's click that link. Code. The hidden language of computer. So it's this book they are recommending. The hidden language of computer, hardware, and software. Yeah, I've read the book. It's a pretty good book. I recommend it to everyone. I do recommend that book. Yeah, I read the first edition a while ago, like years ago, and it really did help me. And I recommend it. Geeks for Geeks has like 1 million articles that range these topics. Lots of reading, but it's all there. It is lots of reading, dude. That's what mostly programming is, reading. And even after you've done it for a while and you're creating stuff and then you learn how to read docs, it's all about reading docs. It's all about reading docs. Especially when you leave those tutorials off, when you take off your training wheels off, right? And there's no more videos that could help you around. You go to docs and it's all reading. Really fun question. If you are academically, if you are academically inclined, then the best place for this is to look at a CS program from any college. Like look at the textbooks it uses and pretty much follow it on your own. There are some differences between programs. Some focus on algorithms, some others focus on learning a programming language. So you can pick your poison. If you're just looking into a hobby, at this point, if you're learning how to program, it must be a hobby, right? Because you're not going to find a job. There's people out there with all the certifications, with a college degree in computer engineering and computer science, right? Who on paper are much better than you are, and they still are suffering to find a job. So at this point, it must be a hobby and passion, like me. Right? You're not gonna find in 6 months. You're not gonna find a 6-figure job. Trust me, you're not. That's a huge lie. Thankfully for me, I started way before like this craze happened. I mean, it was going on, but I'm not part of that group where we fell for the find a job in 6 months. No, I wasn't part of that group. I dove into programming when I was like 12, 13. I read a Python book and I really enjoyed it. I really liked it. So I'm not part of that craze wave, right? I'm not seeking that compensation or seeking a high paying job. I just do it for a hobby and do it for passion. So the original poster is saying that their job is really boring and stuff. Dude, like just stick with your job and do this as a hobby. That's the only advice I could give you. Oh, okay. Where was I? Where did I leave off? Okay, yeah. If you're just looking into a hobby, then you can go with pretty much any MOOC. MOOC. What does that mean? I don't know. You'll feel a bit lost at the beginning, but you will probably get the hang of it with practice and a lot of asking in Reddit, Discord forums. Yes. That's one of the things I started doing almost recently. I started reading Reddit. I joined some groups on Discord, and I started reading forums and seeking for help, and it helps, you know. It really does. It motivates you. My personal recommendation is to think about what would you want to do with programming, and based on that, choose a programming language that has a big community around it. Would you like to eventually do some data science or machine learning? Python is a good start. When I get into front-end developing, probably TypeScript. You know, I don't know about this. When I go into front-end developing, probably TypeScript. Let me see. Probably TypeScript. Yeah, because, I mean, this is a hard one. Because my first programming language was obviously JavaScript. Well, Python and JavaScript. And then this TypeScript thing came around, you know, where you use the types for programming. And I don't know, TypeScript. Yeah, I mean, if you're looking for a job and everything in the industry, maybe they do use TypeScript. So probably go with that. Backend. Give Kotlin or C Sharp a try for backend. For backend, because C Sharp try. Yeah, I would say Go. I would say Go language. Even though I'm barely learning it, and I still have to make a video about this, me learning it. But it seems like for backend development, like the way to go right now is probably the Go language, or maybe Rust. One of those two. But C Sharp is more like a Windows environment type of thing. I don't think I would go with C Sharp, but it's industry. A lot of industries use it, so maybe if you are maybe go with C Sharp. Are you interested in embedded operating systems, C or Rust? Fintech, Camel. Want to understand the theory behind programming language? Haskell community is all about that. I didn't know that. Haskell community. Statistics R seems to be pretty standard. Once you choose your programming language, you can go where the community is, usually Reddit or Discord, but also places like Discourse for specialized advice on how to start. How computer understands that function. This is a bit more difficult. I wasn't the only one. It was pretty difficult to understand that. You are probably looking into formal education. Once you learn the basics on how to code in a language, you will realize that everything's actually translated to another language. Yeah, that's true. From C it goes to an assembly language. Usually some flavor of assembly, correct? Before I read it, I said it. You want to look into college courses that deal with computer organization. Look for the ones that have unit on MIPS, ARM, or any other assembly language. Hold on, I need to fix this right now. This is okay. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Let me. It's because I'm on my screen right now. Okay. You are probably looking into formal. Okay. what are strings, what are loops, and oops. This is fun, since you'll learn the basics of this in your first language, and that's probably enough for your whole career. If you really want to know what strings are, what are loops, and the whole history of oop, you are looking into formal theory of programming languages, though getting here will take you a couple of years since there's a lot of math involved. And not the math that you think. Yes, very complicated math. Math for geniuses. Not for me. Okay, I really want to understand the real basic of this. You are getting the real basis for those things. It doesn't work the way you think. There's no truth underneath the language API, no fundamental constraint that the language is working around, save for the theoretical constraints on what is computable. The truth is the language. The language is its own ground truth.
Okay.
This guy's getting a little bit psychological, physiological. I don't know. Alright, I think that's it, guys. So, yeah, I'm gonna look into this. I really like, where is it at home? Yeah, I really like this. It made me excited. And I haven't been excited in a couple of years this much. Well, guys, thank you for watching. Leave a comment, give me a like, please. And subscribe. We're at 4 subscribers right now. Whoa, I'm just clicking everywhere. Yeah, we are at 4 subscribers right there. Right there. Well, anyways, like I said, my name is Jonathan. You guys didn't even see anything, dude. I'm so dumb. Right there, 4 subscribers. Leave a comment, give me a like, and I'll see you next time.